right, all right. I think we're live. What's going on? Jake Paul is in the building with allhiphop.com. How you doing, man?
What up, guys? Thank you for having me. I'm doing good, man. Just chilling. Just dropped my music video, so that's exciting. And I got my fight coming up this Saturday, man. So a lot going on, staying busy and just hustling.
Wow. Now I talked to KSI a few weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago now. He said he doesn't do more than one thing at once. You're dropping videos and the fight at the same time. How are you handling all this?
Yeah, man. I mean, I love to work. If I'm not working, if I'm not getting things done, then that's when I feel weird. So I'm the opposite. I like to have a lot going on. That's when I function the best. But for right now, it's just focusing on the fight. You know, I've trained for the past 6 months, nonstop, twice a day. So I'm prepared. And for me, dropping the music video and all that is pretty easy. You know, I have a big team that is here at the house, and we just are all hustling, and they help me out with a lot of stuff. So
Yeah, see that guy right back there. He's
everyone, yeah, everyone.
he's he's hustling hard.
Yes.
What's up, guy in the back? How you doing?
Yo, he says hi. Everyone's just chilling out.
Yo, so yeah, I'm fairly new to your music, so but I will say this: it seems like you've evolved. You've gotten a lot better as an artist. What would you say that progression is to? Like, are you really actively trying hard to be like well respected as a rap artist?
Yeah,
Like,
100. You know, and I have a studio in my house, and that's really like the key to it. I have a studio like right down here in this basement,
okay.
just hustling, and I've made probably like over 100, 200 songs in the past years that I haven't put out. So there's really no secret to it, you know, just getting better and you know, working as hard as you can and getting in the studio and putting that time in. But that's really it. And yeah, I love hip hop, and I grew up, you know, listening to hip hop, and that was like my childhood. Lil Wayne was my idol growing up, and the first song that I ever put out was like the first day I ever went into the studio. So the first day I ever went to the studio, I made a song, put it out the next day, and then from there I've just gotten a lot better. My style changed. I've obviously grown up. I've been in the public spotlight since I was like 17. So obviously I've changed from 17 to 23 years old, like who I am, what I want to speak about, the things I'm into. So it's kind of been this one big journey through my music career.
That's crazy. Who else do you like? You said Lil Wayne. He's obviously one of the greats. Who else did you appreciate coming up?
I mean, so Drake, it's obviously cliche, like, oh, Drake, but I like the Drake stuff that is like more underground. And those two guys were sort of my inspiration, and obviously Lil Wayne like helped bring Drake up. So you know, I really like his stuff. Lil Durk obviously is super hard. You know, Lil TJ, a lot of these up and coming artists as well. You know, I like a lot of people. I like all the different genres in the hip hop space. So
Okay. Now it's crazy. The one thing that the internet is known for, obviously, is people trolling or even just giving their honest feedback or whatever. How do you deal with those types of critics? Or do you read the comments? Like, what's your sort of take on that?
yeah, I mean, I think a lot of them are funny. There's like, cause I'm a troll as well, and like I think a lot of the internet's undefeated. So look, you can never beat the internet. So if you're gonna get upset by people's hate comments, then that's when you're losing. So I like to laugh at them. I like to appreciate where their comedy comes from and why they're hating or making jokes or whatever. But in the music space, especially, people are like so cutthroat. Like there's no room for error. So it's definitely difficult, but I think that's what has pushed me to really get to a level where like I'm like, this is my music and I know it's fucking good. And if you're hating on it, you're just hating because you have nothing else to do. Like you can't. It's gotten to a point where my music and the lyrics and the beats and the videos are to a point where it's undeniably good. So if people are hating on it, then they're just hating to hate. So I think the comments and the haters are also what push people to make amazing stuff. Otherwise, you know, if there wasn't a high level or a high standard in hip hop, then there'd probably be a lot more shitty artists out there. So it's a blessing curse.
Okay. Yeah. Now, the one thing that I'm a big boxing fan too. And so, you know, there's a thing they say you can't play boxing. You can play football, you can play basketball, every other sport, but you can't play boxing. It's so serious. And it's also a lonely place too, in that ring by yourself or rather with another person, the two of you. You don't have a team per se in the ring.
Yeah.
What made you pick up boxing of all things to pursue?
So I grew up playing sports. That was my focus. I wanted to go to the NFL, and I was a wrestler, and I was in the hardest division in Ohio, Division I. I'd had over 150 wrestling matches and really loved the sport of wrestling and always loved combat sports. Grew up watching UFC, grew up watching boxing.
Right.
And sort of when I moved to Los Angeles to act and to do entertainment, I stopped playing sports. But then all these YouTubers, KSI, for example, started talking shit. And I was like, yo, let's put on the gloves. Let's settle this in the ring. And so when I started training, I was like, damn, I really miss this. Like, I really miss being competitive. I really miss my roots, being from Ohio and playing sports. And I sort of fell back in love with it. And I was like, this is super fun.
Yeah.
And I'm good at this. And it's entertainment. And I love to just entertain people. But now it's gotten to a point where I've done it for 3 years. And it's like, wait a second, I can take this a lot farther than anyone ever thought I could, including myself, because of where I've gotten with my skill set. So now it's at a point where I've developed this skill over the past 3 years, and there's tens and dozens of people calling me out, wanting to fight. So
right. Who's called you out? Have any notables? Yeah,
I mean, there's obviously the KSI fight. There's my brother and I have been going back and forth, which is crazy. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but our egos are like big. So, Dylan Dennis, who is an MMA fighter, Ben Askren, who got knocked out in 5 seconds. Who else? And Austin McBroom, who's another big YouTuber. The list goes on. And after Saturday, once I knock out Nate Robinson, that list is only going to grow. People are going to want to fight me. This pay-per-view is on pace to be. It broke the records for pre-sale pay-per-view buys for boxing matches.
Wow, that's
it's
crazy.
on pace to be one of the biggest boxing matches ever. So after Saturday, the stock of Jake Paul is going up. The price is going up, and more people are obviously going to want to fight me because of the platform that I have.
Now, why Nate Robinson? Now that's interesting. That's I was baffled almost to see that you were fighting this basketball legend, this basketball star. Why do you think you'll knock him out? What is it about him? I've read interviews on him, and sounds like a tough contender.
It's like what you said in the beginning of the interview. You can play basketball, you can play football, but you can't play boxing. And you can't. It's not something you can learn. He's the 36-year-old guy. You can't learn to box at 36 years old in 4 months, which is all he's had, the only time he's had to train. And the beauty of it, though, is he's this professional athlete that everyone thinks is gonna demolish me and make quick work of me because I'm just this YouTuber pretty boy kid. And so that's why it's a perfect fight for me. It's because everyone's thinking, oh, this athlete's going to take out Jake Paul. But on Saturday, when they see me destroy him in the first round, people are going to be like, wait a second, what's going on here?
Wow.
And Nate Robinson started talking shit to me on Instagram, calling me out, saying, "You've never fought anyone good. I'll beat your ass." So I was like, "All right, let's run it. Like you could be first, second. You're the third person on the list. This is my third fight, so he's the third person on the list that's gonna get crossed off."
Oh, so this is your third professional fight? I thought it was.
It's my second professional. So I had one amateur, one pro, and this will be my second.
Now it was your brother that fought KSI.
Yeah.
And now he wants you next. Even though that was technically a draw, but you know, they're not
controversial win for KSI. I mean,
yeah.
He had to win by a bad ref call. KSI's boxing technique is awful. He's like a wild dog in the ring. My brother was scared to punch. But yeah, Jake Paul versus KSI will happen eventually, and he's gonna get ran through like very quickly. And it's just a different beast. It's just a different. The level I've gotten to in the past 6 months in training is completely different than where any of these other YouTubers are.
Right. Understand. Yeah. Well, now you guys might want to go at it on the lyrical side of things because he's pretty good on the mic. He's actually really talented. Any chance of some bars going back and forth, or that's not your thing?
I wouldn't compare. I don't compare like KSI's music and mine. He's more of like a kids bop rapper. He's more of like I don't even know how to describe it, but he does features with everyone. He's never done a song by himself because no one would listen to it. It's just not good for KSI. I wouldn't compare us on a musical level at all. I know a lot of people like to because obviously we have this like rivalry, but it's just different levels. His lyrics are average. His flows are the same every single time, and he just sounds like a dying duck on the microphone.
Not a dying duck, man. Come on, you're being a little tough with him now.
And see, here's the thing: is if he was good, I would give him credit. I think his YouTube videos are great. He crushes on YouTube. He's funny. He's got a good personality on YouTube. If his rap songs were good, I would give him credit. I swear to God, I'm telling you. But I just can't because they suck. So I'm sorry, but that's just the way the cookie crumbled.
All right. Now what I got? At first, I thought it was you, but I found out it was your brother. Has like this beef, this ongoing feud with Floyd. Is this just trolling? You know, he doesn't want Floyd really now.
That's what I said. I don't know. My brother's crazy, so who knows? You know, I don't really know what's going on inside of his mind. I don't know if they are actually going to make that happen, but obviously it's garnering a lot of attention, which I think is the goal for both of them.
Right.
To stay relevant when the fight game. But we'll see. You know,
that's a fight Floyd would take. I think Floyd would take that one.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be an easy fight if my brother can't hit high. How is he going to beat Floyd Mayweather?
Right, for sure. I'm glad we agree on that one. Now you're cool with Tyson, right, Mike Tyson? You guys,
we hung out the other day. Super cool guy, super humble. Has that presence of a legend. Super smart, well spoken, and just an awesome guy. It went well, and I think we're gonna be hanging out more after the fight.
That's awesome, man. Mike's he's my favorite, definitely my favorite fighter for other reasons beyond just his ability in the ring. You know, he just seems like a genuine soul, period.
No, 100%. He's been through a lot of stuff and persevered, and I admire that because not everyone can do that.
Yeah. Have you been on his podcast yet?
Not yet. We were talking about it, but definitely one of my goals.
Yeah, for sure. It's I know everyone saw it, but he had Lil Boosie in the hot seat, and Everybody was talking about it. Did you see that?
Yeah, he was. I forget what they were talking about, but I know it was like controversial or something.
Yeah, yeah. It was just about, maybe just a little bit too much to say about people and their personal lives, and Mike really interrogated him. It was wild. But yeah, I've been fortunate enough to meet Mike a few times. It's never been the same experience though. Every one of them is just different, depending on, I think, who I'm with or who introduces us or something. But he's a great guy.
No, 100%.
Yeah. Now, how would you say you've been, YouTube star, Vine star, you know, Disney star even, and now you've evolved. How hard has that been for you to move to these different iterations of life? Like, I hate to use big words, like, but to me, it's kind of amazing to see and to know that so many people know you from this walk and that walk, and maybe they know the music and not the boxing, or don't care about boxing, and you know.
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting. And I don't think a lot of people have evolved in a career as much as I have, which is outlandish. Um, but I think, it's in the times we live in, you kind of have to do it all. You see people like The Rock. He's involved in the UFC. He's commentating, he's hosting, he's acting, he's doing social media posts, he's running businesses, he has a YouTube channel. Same with Will Smith. All those same things apply. And same with Kevin Hart. He has a podcast and he's acting, and he's doing charity events. So you kind of have to do it all in 2020. Otherwise, you're gonna be left in the dust. And so, like I said, I like to do it all.
Yeah.
I have different talents and different things I'm good at, and I enjoy doing all these things. I enjoy making music. I enjoy making YouTube videos. I enjoy fighting. So I'm really just doing what I love, and working hard every single day at it, and just continuing to push my own limits.
Yeah. Now, the word on the street is you're also an investor in Triller, the people that are putting on the fight. Is this true?
Yes. Yeah. I'm an investor into a bunch of different companies. I have a small little VC fund that we make investments through, and I personally invest. I'm an angel investor. Have different companies, real estate stuff, different funds. But yeah, I really believe that Triller can become a massive company in the space. I mean, they've already obviously accomplished that.
Yeah.
But I think there's another level, another height that they can reach, especially with this event and future events moving forward. There's just a lot of potential, and the founding team there is great. The CEO is great, so I really believe.
Okay. Now, do you who could can you make a prediction on the fight? Well, Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr.
I think that Mike Tyson will end it in the second or third round.
It's an exhibition.
He's yeah, but like they're gonna kill each other though. So I mean, you can't hold back Mike Tyson.
Right.
And try and knock out Roy Jones Jr. right away. I mean, he told me when he was there, he's like, "Yo, I'm not holding back at all."
Right.
The death match, and he was like, I saw it in his eyes. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I'm not getting in the ring with you. But Roy Jones obviously is fast, has that speed, and if he can stay away from Tyson and keep him on the outside, then we're gonna see a different fight.
Yeah.
That's why this is so exciting, because it's really a toss-up. I think early rounds it's Tyson's advantage, and the later rounds it's Roy Jones Jr.
Yeah.
Obviously, I want Uncle Mike to win. That's my guy. But that's why I think everyone's so excited to see this amazing fight.
Yeah. I got to agree with you. I love Roy. I love Mike. And Roy is not the fast guy he used to be. So that's where it gets a little nervous for him, because I think old Roy would have, well, obviously, old Roy and old Mike is, that's not what we're talking, but it would have been, the old Roy would be able to handle the old Roy would be able to handle this Mike, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I mean, as you get older, they say like your power stays, but your speed goes.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. They're both looking like vicious. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Deathmatch. That's scary. That's scary. Hopefully we don't see Roy go down because they're both older guys too. And that's the other thing. We don't really want to see them get hurt.
No,
Yeah.
I think safety is super super important. Nate Robinson, on the other hand, that's a different story.
Nah, don't knock Nate out, man. Let him live.
He's gonna get hurt.
Let him live, man. Yo, Nate's I didn't honestly know this. He's 5'9". You're like 6'1", 6'2". How tall are you?
6'1".
Okay.
Yeah, Nate's 5'9". That's I call him Baby Nate. He's nice.
Yeah, I'm not so big into basketball like that, so I didn't even know. I had no idea. So let's talk about success, man. I mean, I looked you up a little bit and I was like, wow, this guy's really doing it. I was like, okay, all right. So whenever I get someone like you, you're young and also successful, I like to get for our listeners and viewers or whatever, what would be your 5 tips for success?
I used to have an acronym for this. I think I called it Thrive. I forget exactly what the acronym was, but it was basically like something like time. Like you have to invest time first and foremost. Like it's not going to happen overnight. Okay. Everyone thinks that people just blow up overnight, but they've really been working at something their whole entire lives. The H is hard work and like dedicating yourself to everything day in and day out. I would dedicate, like most of my success comes from hard work and just outworking everyone. The R, I think, is like reach out. So a lot of people are afraid to like reach out, put themselves out there, ask for opportunities, cold emailing people. Just the more opportunities, the more you make yourself available, the more that's going to come your way. Invest. So that's the I, THRI. And that's like investing into your future.
Okay.
A lot of kids will make some money and go and blow it. I did that too when I was young. But in hindsight, I would have invested more into myself and into my future versus like just buying things. So if you make some money, invest it into your future. Buy something that's going to make you more money. For example, for me, it was like buying better cameras or buying a better microphone or whatever it might be. What was the V? I don't even know. I forget the acronym, but yeah, I mean the big thing is just hard work, honestly.
Yeah.
Everyone has talent, everyone has ideas,
Right.
but not that many people can actually execute it.
Yeah. Okay. Now you had some issues earlier this year, and that's when I was like, "Whoa, what's going on?" You had a raid in your crib. What's the status of that?
I'm not really allowed to speak on that.
Okay, got you.
But yeah, we're dealing with it. We're rolling with the punches.
Gotcha. So you also were made headlines. You got married. Are you still married? Or are you like out of that or what?
Nah, that was like last year or more, even more than a year ago. That was like honestly a prank on it. That was fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not married currently. But
I knew that, by the way. I was like, yeah, I think this is a troll move.
Definitely. You gotta keep people on their feet, man.
Yeah, got you. Now, one thing we always like to ask people, because this is a hip hop site and we're, kind of dedicated to it. Who would you say are your top 5 dead or alive?
Man, I'm going J. Cole.
Okay.
Tupac.
Wait. You gotta give me the why since you started with J. Cole. That's interesting to me.
I like just his freestyles, like everywhere, and like the meaning, behind his lyrics, the shit he's like been through, his upbringing, all that stuff. It resonates. It resonates with me, and the way he the way he story tells inside of his music.
Yeah.
But yeah, J. Cole, Tupac for sure. Got to go
Yeah.
with Tupac. Drake, Lil Wayne,
Mm-hmm.
and then who's taking that fifth spot? Man, that's a tough one. I would say Tory Lanez.
Okay,
The top
Tory's
five.
cool. Shooting allegations aside, Tory's dope. I hope he didn't do it because that's crazy. But yeah, he's very talented. He reminds me a little bit baby Drake, like almost like a baby Drake, but he's more of a spitter when he raps than
No, 100%.
yeah,
He's very versatile.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
versatile artist.
What about your top five boxers? Are you a student of the game? Do you have top five?
Yeah, I mean, not really. Like, I, I think, I think it's hard to say. I would say like I like Tyson Fury. I,
Mm-hmm.
I like my friend Ryan Garcia.
Okay.
Um, I like Caleb Plant. Uh, I mean, it's really a short list for me. Um, I would say that's where the list ends, honestly, for me.
Okay. Have you in training camp, have you like had any have you knocked anyone out or have you gotten knocked out? Sometimes we hear about people
I've
get
I've never gone to the canvas once in my boxing career ever in sparring, nothing. Um, and I never will.
mm,
It's a mindset. It's a mindset, and I've knocked out a lot of sparring partners, knocked down a lot of sparring partners. I've sparred probably like 80 times in the past year, to
mhm.
like develop myself in the ring. Um, but I've sparred against also high level pros who beat me in sparring. So
Yeah,
you can't you can't get better at the sport if you're the best person in the room.
right.
So I've always surrounded myself with people better than me in the sport. But then there are sparring partners who I'm better than and
Yeah,
can take out.
got you. How do your parents feel? I know that I saw a quote and you were like, yeah, before I knew it, we were making more money than our parents. And
Yeah.
I'm that's crazy. How's the you know, the fam feel?
My parents are super supportive. And
Hmm.
at this point, I think they're kind of just a spectator of everything that goes on.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
but they have good advice here and there, and they're proud of everything that I'm accomplishing, and they try to support me in any way possible. So I'm very lucky to have parents who are supportive and understand what I do and are able to support me through things.
yeah, cool. Now back to your brother. Are you guys close? Or are you guys that competitive? I know that you're talking about fighting, but are you guys close, or are we, you know?
Yeah, yeah, no, we're super close. We're
Okay,
super close and super competitive.
okay,
So it's just kind of this weird dynamic. But we're essentially each other's biggest competitors in a way.
okay.
But at the same time we're best friends. So um it's weird, it's difficult, and it's like this fine balance where sometimes we're best friends and brothers and sometimes we're like pushing each other to the limits.
Yeah, got you. All right, man. Any final words, like maybe the music stuff? Like, what's the the new music, and is there an album coming? Like all that jazz.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I'm just gonna be dropping singles. But
Okay.
everyone can go stream Park South Freestyle across all streaming platforms. The music video is out now. Tell me what you guys think. But yeah, we're just gonna be dropping singles.
All right, no doubt, man. I appreciate your time, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you so much. I'll see you.
All right, take it easy.